My name is Tyler Henry, and somehow I've become Hollywood's go-to medium.
Are you feeling anything yet?
I'm seeing a bunch of tattoos on a man.
Really?
Yeah.
My method is unique. I never know who I'm going to read until they open the door.
Can you see what the tattoos are?
Something recreational.
Hello, how
Hi.
are you? I'm Tyler.
I'm good, Gus.
Oh, great to
Hi.
meet you, Gus.
Nice to meet you.
I'm doing well, come in. I'm Gus Kenworthy, I'm 26 years old and I'm an Olympic free skier competing in slopestyle. Tyler may know me because I came out after the 2014 Olympics and was one of the first openly gay Winter Olympians and first openly gay action sports athletes.
Having a good day?
I am, I'm excited to meet you, I'm nervous.
It's wonderful to meet you.
When the door opened, I had absolutely no idea who the client was, but I had a lot coming through in that moment, so I was excited to jump into the reading.
I have to tell you, on the way here, it was so funny because I was getting some impressions, and there was a reference to a man with tattoos.
That's me,
And then you opened the door, so it's literally you.
My schedule is crazy at the moment. We've got a ton of Olympic selection events. The last one ended yesterday. I flew in last night, and as hectic and crazy as it is, I thought it was important to meet with Tyler because I have unanswered questions, and I think that this is going to be important and grounding.
Hey. Well, it's wonderful to meet you, Gus.
Yeah, it's nice to meet you too.
So happy to be here. I mean, I'm excited to see what comes through today because I've had some stuff coming through already.
As an athlete, and especially as an athlete that's been in the closet for most of my career, I've become very good at kind of like turning off my emotions and compartmentalizing everything, not really showing a lot of vulnerability to my competitors or anyone else that I'm around. And this experience is different because I'm really letting my wall down and letting my guard down and letting someone inside, letting someone read me, and it makes me nervous. It's something I'm not used to.
Have you seen the show before?
I have.
Nice. So you kind of get the idea of how it works.
Yeah. I've only seen 2 episodes, but both times I was kind of floored with what Tyler was able to do and how he was able to communicate. Everyone that I've told that I was going to be doing this has been like, oh my God, he's the real deal. I'm so excited for you. And it's kind of heightened my excitement. I'm nervous, but I'm very looking forward to it.
No worries. Well, before we start, I always like to explain the process and just let you know what to expect.
There is someone that I have been really hopeful that I'll have the opportunity to communicate with. So that's been on my mind a lot the last few days.
The way that I like to kind of do this process is I scribble, and it's just my way of meditating. I just will basically do this throughout the session. And that's just my way of kind of tuning in and starting to connect. I'll give it kind of a minute to scribble, and then we'll go from there.
Okay.
And we'll just kind of see. I'm gonna give it 1 sec. I'm trying to think. I have a couple things popping in. So I'm just gonna kind of tune in for a sec, and we'll see what comes through. So there's that. Do you have someone who's passed away before their time, like at an earlier age?
Yes.
Was this something that could be perceived as quick, or people did not feel like they got to say goodbye?
Yes.
Gotcha. And the interesting thing was that I felt like I needed to kind of talk about this person who died young or passed away early. That was really kind of the emphasis.
Okay, my heart is racing right now.
Okay, so.
As soon as we sat on the couch, he was like, I'm picking up on someone that passed away tragically young. And the person that I want to connect with passed away when he was 16, and I was 14 when it happened. And so obviously that was like lighting up in my mind.
Do you know if there were any like trips planned around the time this person passed?
Yeah,
Like,
we had a trip the next day.
gotcha. Okay. At his last, they're bringing me to end of life, end of life, end of life. They're having me talk about 3 people, and it would have to be oriented towards like right around when we pass, right around when we transition. There's 3. There's 3, 3, 3. Do you know who those 3 would be?
I do.
Okay.
One of the 3 people is me.
It's you.
One is my friend Colby,
Okay.
and one is my friend Grayson.
Gotcha.
The 3 of us were part of like a much bigger friend group, but the night that my friend passed away, the 3 of us were there and witnessed it, and we're part of it.
I'm so sorry. And then he's having me acknowledge, like, I don't know if you know about this, but there's a feeling with this of being honored in 2 separate places.
Yep.
Typically, we'll do one big memorial and then we move forward. But the feeling with this, he's showing me being loved and he's showing me having connections in different places.
There would be 2 for me.
There would be 2. So that seems important, and there's an appreciation behind this. For some reason, he's having me acknowledge a group of people, and then he's having me acknowledge a color and like a group color thing that would have been done in a memorial type of way. So for example, if like everybody wears one color, or if everybody releases a balloon of a certain color.
Yeah, that makes sense. All of our group of friends wore yellow bandanas, had yellow bandanas during his memorial. There was no way that he could have known certain details, like the two memorials, which rang true for me with spreading his ashes in a second location, and like the color thing with the bandanas that all of us wore. We wore matching colors, and it was just things that, I don't know if anyone could have picked up on them without having that gift.
You can see if someone was like named after a bird, or if someone had a nickname that was like a bird. I know it seems weird, but just kind of keep it in mind. It's weird. It's like a weird nickname, but what would that be?
Hoot.
That would be an owl, make it a hoot, so.
We've always had this connection, our group of friends, with owls because of him, and we did like a t-shirt that was a fundraiser for his memorial that had an owl on it. And so I got this owl tattooed on my rib cage before the last games.
After he passed, someone was going to cancel something and then went through anyway. We were gonna cancel it and it was like, no, don't cancel it, like do this anyway. And the feeling is doing it anyway, and a feeling of like appreciation for not canceling. So.
Yeah, that's true.
So that's really important.
That's was me with my career. I didn't think I wanted to continue skiing after Hoot passed away. I lost my best friend. Like, I just felt depressed, and kind of like from that decided to rise up and really continue with the things that I loved previously, because I loved them, and the things that he loved, and if anything, tried to put more emphasis on them to make a life out of them.
There's just so much appreciation. So much appreciation. And what's so interesting is he's showing the symbology of handing you a torch, and you're taking the torch and you're running with it. And I feel like this is his time now to give you that torch and to help be with you, you know? And he is. It's a lot. It's a lot to take in.
Yeah, no, it's pretty accurate, though. It's crazy.
Yeah, but please know, they're with us. We'll get some tissues too. We'll take a minute.
I mean, I've wanted to hear some of those things for 12 years. He was a huge part of my life. I mean, when I was a kid, he was one of my best friends, and we had the same dreams and ambitions. And since he passed, even though I was young, I did kind of make it like my life's mission, or at least for skiing and my skiing career, to do it, and do it in a big way in his honor, and because of his loss, and not let it be something where I feel like he died in vain.
He's like the #1 person to come through. He's the #1 person that's going to be around.
It's the person I was hoping was going to come through.
I really encourage you, especially when you feel like he's not around and when you're missing him, you know, just speak out loud to him. Think about him. Kind of create that dialogue in your head even, because they can hear us. They can feel our intention. And clearly he knew that you were wanting to hear from him. And that's important. Oh, he's so proud of you in all of what you've been able to do. And it's like, he showed me symbolically his book closing and your book opening.
I've so wondered, like, if a spirit is even something that existed before this, but like if he knew at all, like what people have done, the way that the community came together for him after he passed. And so I think it just kind of like brought me peace to know that he did know that and does know that and sees that and is present for it.
How long ago did he pass away?
A long time ago, 12 years ago. We loved skiing. Our whole group of friends skied together. I don't know if you know who I am, but that's what I do. I'm an Olympic skier. I was in the 2014 Olympics. I won the silver medal in my event.
Wow.
So Hoot and Colby and I and Grayson were at a photo shoot on the mountain after the mountain closed, doing a sunset shoot in the park, and we're getting a ride from the bottom of the park to the top of the park on a snowcat and piled on the back. And as it was going up the mountain, Hoot fell sideways over the side of it and was caught in the track and run over.
I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry.
I think that guilt was something that I dealt with, and to be one of 3 people sitting on the back of a snowcat and having someone fall off the side and die, it's like you feel like maybe it should have been you or it shouldn't have been him. And I know for myself, especially, I was in the closet at the time. I mean, I hadn't told anybody that I was gay. And when Hoot passed away, I had remember wishing and feeling like, had it been me that died instead, everyone would have just remembered me in this great way, and no one would have ever had to know this secret that I thought was like a dark secret. And so I think I felt guilt that he had died and not me, and he didn't deserve to, and I did, and things like that, which aren't things that I still believe to be true, but at the time I did.
What from him do you feel you would be able to like ask that would help provide an answer?
Well, it was really interesting when you were saying everything about the passing of the torch and everything, because after he passed, I've basically dedicated my whole career to him, and I feel like I'm coming at some point to a transition period, and if I stepped away from that career, if that would be okay with him.
Absolutely. When it comes to the longevity of this, the feeling is that you've carried this torch amazingly, and knowing that, I think you can know that you are doing everything for him. You have done everything for him, and he knows that the people that loved him have made the effort to do those things. Now, I think, is a time for you to kind of branch out from that.
I think that talking with Hoot today kind of like reminded me that it's not just me and my pride and my ego and my career, but I'm also doing it in his honor, and I'm doing it for the LGBT community, and I think that there's so much else that I am doing it for, and I think that this experience with Tyler today kind of just put it in perspective.
So Winter Olympics are coming up. Do you have any plans for that?
Yeah, I mean, we're in the middle of our qualification process, which is crazy because the games are in a month. But I go directly from here actually today to my last qualifying event, and then our team is announced next week. Hopefully I'm part of it.
That's amazing. Well, congratulations. That's incredible.
Thank you.
Absolutely. I'm going to be watching. I'll be rooting for you.
Thank you.
On the side of the mountain with the pom-poms, I'll be like, or no, I won't. But anyway, that's awesome. So awkward. Oh my God, how did I get a TV show? Okay, all right. That was good. It's been wonderful to meet you.
Yeah, it's been great to meet you too.
Absolutely.
Thank you.
All right.
Appreciate it.
Well, anytime. I'm always here if you need anything.
I feel drained. I'm like sweating from sitting there earlier hearing it all. So yeah, it was wild. Thank you.
Thank you. Bye.
Bye. That was crazy. I had no idea if he was gonna pick up on the person that I was hoping to talk to Hoot, and like the very first thing he said when he sat down, everything just started to go that way, and I don't know, my mind's blown. It was amazing. Wow. I think going into the Olympics, making the team, if I do, I would be bringing Hoot with me in spirit, and I think that today gave me a sense of closure in a way, and then in another sense also showed me that it's just not closed at all, and his spirit's still there. So I'd be very excited to go back to the Olympics and to bring Hoot with me.